So today is Monday, May the 11th. Yesterday was Mother's Day, and today's my mom's birthday. So I'm gonna go hang out with my mom and my grandmother because she's in town. But right now, since I'm waiting on them to get dressed and be ready, I'm gonna go to the bookstore, Half Price Books. Okay, so it's a new day. Got a little tied up with my mom and my grandmother yesterday, so I'm gonna show you guys what I got from Goodwill and from Half Price Books. So first thing I got is this pack. I don't even know how many are in there. This huge pack of thank you notes that I can write in to give to parents. I think it's a good rule to have a bunch of these on hand. And so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about 7 packs in here. And for all of that, it cost me $3.99. I mean, you probably could find them cheaper, but I didn't want to pass it up. So, Goodwill, $3.99. This Leapfrog Set. So the thing that caught my eye was that it had this Cat in the Hat book in it. It has 6 books in it. Giraffes Can't Dance, The Cat in the Hat, Miss Spider's Tea Party, Adventures Under the Sea, Poe's Tasty Training, and Dora Goes to School. So I said, yeah, okay. So it has these 6 books in it, and it came with the pen, but the batteries have run out. So I've never actually used this, but I'm assuming you can like run the pen over the page somehow, and it'll read it to the students. So this might be good for like the first of the year, just in case any of my students can't read. And I just like that it came in the set. And again, it was only $2.99, so I didn't mind picking it up. So even if this doesn't work, it's still gonna be useful to have the books. Then I got some stuff from Half Price Books. Now I had already planned kind of what I wanted when I went there. I researched and some people recommended some books for first year teachers. I'm gonna be a first year teacher. So I decided to go to Half Price Books and see if they had them, and fortunately for me, they did. So I'm gonna show you what I got. Okay, on my way out of Half Price Books, I picked up these 2, what does it say? Because the sticker's over. The Puffin Book of Stories for 6 and 7-year-olds. So they have a set for both ages. First graders are 6 and 7. So I thought these would be pretty cool for me to have. They're little chapter books, so they have mini stories in them. And what I want to do at the end of the day is read them a story aloud to kind of get them engaged for reading and just have some time on the carpet where we can do this together. So this book has 16 short stories in this one book by different authors. So I just want to kind of go through and read them. They'll also be in my classroom library. Maybe the students will want to read them. I know they're a little more advanced, but you never know. Students might want to read them or look through them. They have some pictures in them, but for the most part, this is more for me to read to them. So I picked these up for $2 a piece. My whole reason for going into Half Price Books, or for this journey into Half Price Books, was for me to find some summer reading books before I actually start my first day of school. The book that I bought was the Growth Mindset Coach Playbook. Okay, so it basically tells you how to set this system up in your classroom month to month so that basically you improve your students, the way that they think about themselves, about others. I really love that the students that I student taught with, that they were like so willing to celebrate their peers. Especially when they knew that this was something that they were working on. I love that they were always willing to accept the challenge. And it made sense to me why certain things I couldn't understand, she did. Like certain things that she did, it made sense when I read this book. So I listened to it on audiobook, but I decided to go ahead and buy it. And I definitely recommend it for anyone like who's going into student teaching. I mean, student teaching too, but if you're going to be a first year teacher, I think this would be a great thing to teach your students, because it won't only benefit them in the classroom, it'll also help them in life. Because the growth mindset teaches them, I'm not good at math. So instead you would turn that into, I'm not good at math yet. Because the thing is, a lot of people are told like you're not a math person, or if you can't do something, it's because you weren't born with it. So it kind of combats the that innate ability kind of theory. So it just teaches students that, you know, they with practice they can achieve their goals. Okay, so this book I had to go buy a copy, and it only cost me $7.99. So yeah, the next book that I bought was the Classroom Management book by Harry Wong and Rosemary Wong. And I actually bought this along with the First Days of School, and it's by the same authors. This book right here, I think it was actually written in the 90s, but they keep putting out newer versions, and I think this is the 2005 version. It's only $10, and I mean, I promise you, on every blog that I saw where it, you know, talked about teacher education books, this was always in it. Okay, people said this will help walk you through what to do to be an effective teacher during the first days of school, especially if you're a first-year teacher. So everybody recommends this book. It cost me $9.99 at the bookstore, and it also comes with a CD, which I don't know if I'm gonna use this CD, but you know, I like that it has pictures, and it's not just like a boring book. It has pictures in it, and lots of examples. So yes, I bought this one, but I read reviews on books. So some people said this is more for elementary, and then other people recommended that you also get this one. So they said this one is like a light overview of classroom management, and this one is the master book. So, and they recommend this for K through 12, and even, yeah, anyways, they recommended that even if you're in high school or middle school, you can still use this book for classroom management. And they say this one really dives into classroom management. And this one cost me $18.48. Okay, $18.48, but it's originally $36, so I don't mind paying for it. So, and it's pretty new. Same features in the book. But yeah, I'm hoping to find some really good strategies for classroom management. That is the one thing that I feel a little insecure about, just because I don't have a set foundation. I wasn't in my mentor teacher's class the first day of school, so I have no idea what it looks like for her and how she set it up. So okay, so last book that I bought is called The Morning Meeting Book, and again, this was also on a couple blogs that I saw as essentials for first-year teachers to read. And I already understand what this book kind of entails, because they use this system at the school where our student taught, but I kind of want to get more into it. So I understand it's about creating a classroom climate of trusting one another, where you can have open communication. So it says it helps build community, increase student confidence and investment in learning, provides a meaningful context for teaching academic skills, and encourages cooperation and inclusion. And that's all, like, really, that's what I'm about. I want to have a nice classroom culture where my students feel like if I can't, you know, be myself anywhere else, I can be myself in Mrs. Scott's room. So I'm hoping this morning meeting book will help me start the day off good with my students, so that they feel prepared and we can talk about anything that they want to before. So those are the books that I got. There are also some other books that I also have on my list, but I don't actually have them on hand. Most of the books, not most of them, a couple of the other books that I'm reading, I have on like digital applications on my phone. So my library uses Overdrive, which is a way for you to read ebooks and audiobooks. So I'm gonna insert a clip of the different books that I plan on reading and listening to this summer that'll also help me. And then also I have an Audible account because I really prefer to listen to the book. I process it a lot better than I can reading the actual physical book. So yeah, so I have a bunch of different applications where I actually access my books. These I actually want on hand because I want to be able to flip through it during the school year just in case something arises, and I also want to be able to take notes that I can actually find. So that's why I have those books on actual, like, on hand, because I want them in my classroom. I don't want to be seen scrolling through my phone trying to find out what, you know, advice Harry Wong gave. But I also wanted to let you guys know that I have made a classroom wish list, and this list also has a couple books on there that I would like, but I haven't actually seen my classroom, so I really just put like supplies in there. So if you would like to help donate supplies or any materials for Mrs. Scott's class, you can definitely check the link down below in my description box because it's gonna be there for you. But yeah, that is actually what I've gotten for my first teacher haul. So oh, also I wanted to let you guys know that I also have a Goodreads account, and I was mostly using it for like personal reading, but I'm also going to start adding these books that I'm reading for like teacher education on there. So if you want to know what I'm reading right now, you can definitely check that out. I'll also put a link down in the description box for that. But other than that, I think that's it for this video. So I hope you guys found this helpful. Thank you for watching. Please leave a comment and subscribe to my channel if you're new. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.